What's up, my friends? I have been doing something unexpected even for me. I've been playing the Fate Trigger playtest. Now, full disclosure, I don't play gacha games and I don't play battle royales a whole lot either. I did when they were kind of first around, battle royales that is, when PUBG was in its infancy. So this was an interesting find for me, an interesting thing for me to even try because it combines both gacha games and battle royale, both genres that I don't have a lot to do with. So, how did this go? It went pretty well. So let's talk about it. Fate Trigger is a new game from Cirrhosis Studios that has no planned release date yet, but has a pretty long playtest right now going on until August 30th. So get in there while you can to go ahead and give this a try and form your own opinion. But for me, I'm going to line up some positives and some negatives that I found while playing this, as I've put about 6 to 7 hours into it. I've progressed the battle pass like a third of the way, and I have some pretty good impressions of it. So, what about the positives? This game looks great. I love the art style. I love the presentation. It looks very nice. And that is apart from the gorgeous anime girls that everyone is going to be up in arms over, like every other game with a hot woman in it. However, that isn't why I gave this a try. I gave this a try because the actual characters look very fun to play. Each one comes with multiple abilities and has their own kind of place inside the battlefield. Right now there are 10 characters to go ahead and give a try. 5 of them are the basic assault class, which each one of them plays anything from basic. Each one has very distinct abilities. One character, for instance, launches herself and her teammates up into the air for some aerial flanking maneuvers. Another one can summon a shark to get a little trail going to have everyone running a lot faster. And another turns into a werewolf, which is pretty cool. The support classes are your basic support classes. There is a healer and another that kind of drops gear on people so they can, get loaded out a bit faster. There is only one recon character to play, which ended up being my personal favorite to play, as she has a, I don't know if it's magical or what, kind of lipstick that she throws out and can mark in an area where enemies are, even behind walls. And her ultimate ability can kind of blind everyone in a small area. The last unit type is called Defenders, and they do exactly what is written on the box, so to speak. The one I enjoyed playing the most was the shy little anime girl that has some cool abilities for bringing up cover in the middle of battle, or even bringing up an entire tower to get a bird's eye view of everyone and be the sniper's nest up there. It was a pretty fun class to play. Underpinning all of this is a very well-made gun system, in my opinion. All the guns do feel pretty distinct, not in such a distinct way like, say like Call of Duty or Destiny or anything, but each gun has some pros and cons to running. And just like every battle royale, every gun kind of comes feeling like crap until you get a bunch of attachments that are littered around the battlefield that turn your gun into a laser beam. And speaking of that map, I think the map in this game is one of the standout things that I enjoyed about it. There's multiple sections of this map, or multiple islands that they call them in there, that you can use teleports to get from one to the other. You can jump between them and catch an updraft. You can even use this updraft to flank enemies or surprise them from behind using them in mid-combat. There are buildings and places you can strategically capture to give you more rewards and loadouts. There are even zip lines placed all over the place so that you can just get from A to B even if you are just on foot, even though there are a bunch of vehicles littered around the area. I did only find about 3 different kinds of vehicles, so I do hope that they have more in the future. But they were pretty cool, as one of them acts as a kind of hover car in times, and that was really fun to use, as me and my teammates just kind of went around in this hover car doing drive-bys on everyone, and that was one of my favorite matches. And speaking of those teammates, this did come with just a 4-player quad mode, and it was okay. A lot of people really did not want to work together, and in this game, working as a team is tantamount and very important to you making any progress at all. If you try to run in solo in the quad mode, obviously you're gonna get stomped. A good thing though is that my connection to my teammates and even the enemies always seemed pretty steady. I didn't have a lot of latency issues. It all ran pretty darn good. I run a computer with a 4070, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an i9, and I comfortably played this game on a mix of ultra and extreme settings with, post-process things turned down a bit and some other things that increase visual clarity. There is ray tracing options in this, and they pretty much only pertain to global illumination, but it didn't really make that huge of a difference in the visual style of the game, and it did cause some hitches here and there, so I mostly left it off. The presentation of the game is fine, all on its own. After each match, you'll be sent back to your main menu of sorts, and this little hub rewards you with all sorts of things as you go. Progression does feel pretty good in this game, as there are multiple tracks of things that you can progress in order to get rewards. Even on matches that I didn't do particularly well on, I came back to see a few prizes of some sort, a lot of which do contribute to a lot of player expression, giving you can change your death cards, or like what people see you as when you shoot them and down them, they'll see your death card, or when they're spectating you towards the end of a match. All of this is apart from the obvious there's going to be skins in this game and gotcha elements part of it. That part I didn't experiment a lot with, as there are a few skins in the Battle Pass like track that I did end up using that did look pretty good. So let's talk about the negatives, and admittedly there aren't a bunch of big ones. I mostly enjoyed my experience, but there are a few things that I would like to see changed a little bit. I would like to see more emphasis on trying to keep people together, even in a party with randoms. There are ways of kind of having people feel like you should be working with your teammates, and some new kind of gameplay modifiers or something could keep people together even when you're playing with those randoms would be great. There is also other modes in this game, and while that is a positive in itself, having other things to do, the other modes are kind of underwhelming, especially Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch is just kind of these little segmented parts of the larger Battle Royale map with a small circle to keep everyone in, and gives you some preset guns with mid-tier attachments, takes away everyone's abilities and just says go and shoot each other. And while that's a nice change of pace every now and again, it is as basic can probably be. And taking away everyone's abilities, even their smaller ones, does make everyone basically play the same and makes it feel completely pointless to play a different character other than for looks. Also, in the Battle Royale part of the game, you will run into people with some crazy grenade and Molotov spam at times. And this can be super annoying, as they can just spread it across an entire area very quickly, and the game by default has you re-equip the next grenade in a very, very fast manner so that you can just pelt them out there like crazy. So the spam on grenades and Molotovs did get a little annoying at times. Sound design could also use a little bit of touching up, as it's pretty good. It's not bad by any means, but I do feel like the directional audio could work a bit better, and some of the sounds from different guns could be changed up a bit here and there to more hear what is going on in a particular battle, whether someone is just pelting out with a sniper rifle or a machine gun or whatever. A lot of the sounds do sound pretty much the same. Other than that, the small stutters I experience when trying to use the hardware ray tracing mode and like higher settings on some certain things did hinder my experience just a little bit, with some frame dips here and there, and even some frame time spikes, which, results in me missing a bit of my image and movement. But it didn't really affect my overall experience too much, given that there is enough customization and DLSS and other things that you can use to get your game running on your system how you want. Overall, I'm pretty excited for this game, and I hope it does do well in the future. I will most likely be finding myself playing this a bit more during this playtest, and one can only hope that the future for this game is only brighter. I'll be watching out for that planned release date and hope that it does pretty well. Maybe I'll see a few of you out there on the battlefield. Till then, been Havoc Fanatic. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
It's a clean sweep. Easy. Reloading.